so that was a big part of the decision making, right? Because we can go back to what we were talking about before, is like, how did you make the decision between, Colombia, Paraguay, or any of the countries, right?
Yeah.
So this whole process that you just described, that was a big part of the decision making, right? And how did it go for you? Like,
I'm happy here.
so no, but I mean, the immigration process was smooth.
I think it depends on the company, right? I chose the company. I'm not gonna tell the name yet.
Yes. It happens to be the same one that I used.
Yes, because you recommended it. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
It's a good company.
Yeah.
I cannot complain.
Absolutely.
And it was very fast. Communication was good.
Professional.
Professional. So if you choose the right company, you're stress-free.
Yeah.
You even, like, in my case, I sent all my documents directly to their office. So
in advance, right?
In advance. So when I came here, they already prepared everything.
Yeah.
They done all the preparation for myself, and the whole, like, application process took me 1 day. So first you go to immigration office. You kind of apply for your temporary residency over there. Make an application.
So, but someone from the company, like, accommodated you or picked you up, or
no, I did by myself.
Okay.
I think if you ask them, they can provide, like any company, if you ask them, they can provide this service. They can take you from the airport, bring you to the hotel, maybe show you the city, something like that.
Yeah.
Depends what you want, right? But in general, even though Paraguay is a third world country, you can order Uber.
But is it though? Is it I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like it.
It depends on the zone, right? It depends where you are.
Maybe someone at home can look this up, because we should probably know this, but I have a very strong doubts it would be labeled as a third world country.
I believe how the country evolves, right? In the third world country, appear bubbles, like we say, like high developed bubbles. The regions in the city, when it's starting growing very fast, where the investments go, where the construction is working, and they build the high rises.
Of course. But like in the last few days, we've kind of seen it all. Like we went to certain neighborhoods together.
Absolutely.
Where you could experience, like, South America, what some poverty, some very basic living conditions.
Yeah.
But generally, from what I've seen, this is my second time here, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, generally that seems to be more of, not an exception, but it's not, like, generally I feel like it's, the standard of living is much higher than what I expected. I expected more poverty. I expected more, rough conditions. But anyway, so to get back to your process and to your temporary residency, so you did all your homework, you were, like, pre-approved, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so at that point, when you arrived here, you had the certainty and the confidence that everything will go well.
I didn't know what to expect, right?
But from a paper, like, from a process, like, from a government perspective, you were pretty confident that it would work out, and it did, and very quickly, like in a day. Yeah, which is, I don't think people in the West can appreciate that, or maybe they don't understand it, but with all the red tape and bureaucracies in the West, right, in Canada or US, Germany, any of these countries, like, to move to a new country and to get processed in 1 day, in my case it was a day and a half.
Yeah.
That's very impressive. But it's very efficient.
You need to use this opportunity, right? Because it's not going to be like that in the future. You need to use these opportunities.
Because we're early. So, okay. And so to get back to, again, to the decision making, so I think, is there anything missing about your process that that you went through, or?
No, basically, like, you need to be pre-approved, right?
Pre-approved
by the company.
Yes.
Maybe you need to bring something else. Depends where you're from.
Yeah, like, let's say if you're married, You need marriage certificates. If you're divorced, you probably need divorce certificates.
Yeah, or you have
lots of
either
people,
you have kids or you have kids. You need to, right?
If you bring the kids, if you don't bring the kids, then there's no.
You just apply for yourself.
Yeah,
okay.
But yeah, lots of people divorced at home, so it would be applicable to them. But okay, so that's really straightforward. Makes a ton of sense. So you got processed in a day. So knowing that the immigration process was relatively,
I'm gonna add. So you come to the immigration office. You apply there.
Okay.
And then in my case, in the second half of the day, I went to the Interpol
office. Yeah.
And then at the same day, I applied for my Cedula. So when you apply for your temporary residency, you get like a precaria. It's like a so kind of like you already got your temporary residency, but it gives you like for half a year, and you apply for your Cedula, like for your identification
ID card. Yeah.
ID card. And technically, yeah. So you got your residency right away, but only with your ID you can later apply for your bank account, for like the phone plan. You can order the phone plan only with the Cedula.
Okay, so the Cedula is the key.
Yes.
It's your ID card, and that's what you need in order to.
You need to establish yourself. You need to order your Cedula right away, and you're gonna wait approximately like 2-3 months now.
But in your case, you went back to Canada.
Yeah.
To finalize paperwork and
citizenship application. Just prepare myself for the trip back.
Okay, so I think you described the process very well. I think everybody gets the concept of how the immigration is process for expats is very friendly and open. So that takes me back to the decision making. So you knew, you were aware of that, you did your research, and what else made you decide between the two countries or potentially other countries?
Yeah. So I believe the majority of your viewers are gonna be European, right? Europeans who speak
background or North American,
who speak English, who are
Australians,
mostly Europeans descent, who are white.
Yes.
One of the reasons why I chose Paraguay is the I'm gonna say fitting in. What I mean about that? In Colombia, if you're European, if you're white, in the majority of the parts of Colombia, you're gonna be different. You're gonna look different. For example, of course, there are white Colombians, but they're a minority. And when I was in Colombia, I spent there in total like months and a half, I would say.
6 weeks.
Yeah, in different parts of Colombia.
Okay.
You always feel like you're different. Even when you speak fluent Spanish, you always attract attention. You're always going to be different. You always feel like people are looking at you. Yeah, and
I know that feeling.
You feel like you're different. Like you're not from here.
Yeah.
Of course, you get used to it, but in the subconscious, you feel like you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Especially in Latin America, it's more dangerous for you when you're, say, like European, because it's not safe in all the parts of South America.
Okay.
And when I came here, I felt like a part of society very fast. Because, for example, Paraguay, it's a mixture of Guarani people, the indigenous people, and Spanish. So they all look white with the dark features. And you could be Paraguayan because there are lots of Paraguayans with German descent. I can be Paraguayan because in the south there are Paraguayans with Ukrainian descent. So it looks very European. You always gonna go. You always want to go to the country where you feel like you're a part of society. And in Colombia, I felt like I'm always gonna be a gringo. They're always gonna perceive me like a foreigner. but people in Paraguay, they're so welcoming, they're so open, because they are a mixture of Spanish and Paraguay, Spanish and Guaranese, German Guaranese. Everybody, it's like Brazil, everybody can be Brazilian, everybody can be a Paraguayan to some extent, right?
Yeah. That's important. So basically during the 6 weeks roughly in Colombia, compared to your time here, you just felt more welcomed, you felt more comfortable, safer, and just a little bit more of a connection.
100%. And if we're gonna say economically, it's a little bit harder to get the residency in Colombia, and the taxes there are horrible.
Okay.
So you get taxed by the income you make outside the Colombia. And
okay. Yeah.
So especially if you have lots of income outside of the country, you have real estate, you have investments, you will need to pay taxes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so short term, of course, Colombia is a beautiful country. I would like to live there. It's one of the best countries in the world. Colombia, Brazil. But if you're gonna think long term, where you want to create your base, where you want to find a second home, if not from here, this is Paraguay. This is the country which is growing, where you grow together with the country, where you feel safe, where you feel welcomed, where you just live happily.
And you felt that relatively, or it's not just a feeling, but you identified that very quickly when you came here.
It's very, very easy to make friends, especially if you speak a little bit of Spanish.
Well, yeah. So that's one benefit that you have compared to most people I know. Is how many languages do you speak again?
Fluently 5.
5. Okay, that's crazy. So you're a polyglot, basically.
Probably, yeah.
So that's very helpful when you are looking for a new country to move to, and so that's also very impressive, obviously. So what are the other 4 languages? Or other 3? So English, obviously.
Yeah, Spanish, Portuguese, Ukrainian, and Russian. Ukrainian and Russian are my 2 native languages. And I learned English, and in Canada, instead of learning French, I learned Spanish and then Portuguese.
Very smart. Very smart.
Thank you, sir.
French is, no offense to anyone out there, but French is not as valuable as Spanish, especially not in the Americas.
Yeah.
Right? So yeah, that's great.